Hello there. There we go.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Welcome to Screen Source, the film and television podcast on Color Circuit. I'm Dylan, except I'm a little bit taller, I'm a little bit wider, and I'm a lot fatter. And I am no longer a vegan. I eat meat all the time, and I love it. It's so good. No, I'm Connor. Dylan decided to let me ruin Screen Source for a night. This is Charlie.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
Say your name so I didn't just take over.
Charlie.
Thank you. And
Lexi.
And we're going to be talking about film and television. Charlie, what's your news?
Our news, mine is that the Guillermo del Toro is directing and producing the new Pinocchio movie.
Oh, man, I hope it's nothing like that Tim Burton Dumbo movie. That looks bad.
It's funny. No, go ahead.
Lexi, what are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to be talking about SpongeBob and Courage the Cowardly Dog and a whole lot of future stuff.
And I will be talking about the reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean that's coming up. There have been major changes to the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, and I hope all of you Pirates of the Caribbean fans, or as I like to call them, Pirates. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for the bombshells I'm about to drop. All right, let's get into it. But first, we are going to be reacting to the trailer Reign of the Supermen, and it's about Spider-Man, ironically.
No. Wow, yeah, that blew my mind.
Okay, this is PG-13. Charlie, you have to leave.
Who are these new guys? Why are they here? What is their place? In a world without a Superman.
The Man of Steel is dead. We saw the body. It's time for human beings to stop relying on leagues and titans and start saving ourselves.
I can give each of you the power to be your own hero.
Clark's body disappears, and suddenly these new Supermen show up out of the blue.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Superman.
There is only one Superman.
Clearly.
You look like Superman.
Do the math.
But Superman died in my arms.
For my people, death doesn't have to be the end. Terrible things are coming, Lois. I can feel it.
We gotta be our own heroes. We sure as hell could make some noise.
When the Daily Planet said Superman is dead, it painted a target on the Earth.
How do we even begin to fight that?
That was a lot of Supermen.
Uh-oh.
I saw at least 4.
Superman might not. So, this is obviously taking off after the death of Superman, which was a very good graphic novel, ruined when Superman, spoiler alert, came back to life.
But of course.
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to be that story. I can tell right away. Steel's going to be in it. That's pretty exciting. It's going to be coming out on DVD. It said it. I should have paid attention. Totally missed it. I'm
2019.
2019. All right. Jerry O'Connell will be voicing Clark Kent's Superman, and I think that's. What do you guys think? You guys gonna check it out?
It'll be on Netflix.
It'll be on Netflix.
Looks like your standard DC animation.
Charlie, you're a giant comic book fan.
Nope.
I know.
Okay,
I was being facetious.
Okay, I'll probably
comic
I'll
books.
probably watch it because even though I don't read a lot of comic books, I do like the DC animated
Yeah, the
universe.
DC animated films are like leaps and bounds better than the live action
It's
ones.
solid. Even like when Young Justice was out, I mean, like that show, I watched a little bit of it, but then like I caught an episode later on in the season, and all of a sudden people were like clones of people, and I was like, hold on, what's going on here?
Sorry.
And that roped me in. That roped me in, and I just like the DC animated.
You're dropping
series
comic book
I
lingo.
think-
So
sorry, no,
I'm going to give you the wheel here, Lexi. Walk us
No,
through.
that's literally the only thing I remember was the Justice League show was really good.
Yeah.
I agree with Charlie. It was really, really good.
So obviously there's going to be a whole lot of guys with Superman's powers, and looks like the townspeople are going to fight him and probably get killed. I think we're going to see a lot of blood in this, definitely for sure, right, guys?
I hope. Well, it's PG-13. That when that one Superman says that death doesn't have to be the end for his people, I was like, where in Superman lore has that ever been a thing that was said?
Yeah.
I don't know though. I just read graphic novels.
Yeah,
I don't like
I want to
that.
make a correction. Chitauri is from Marvel. Please don't put that in the comments. I'm sorry.
It's too late.
Please don't. I apologized. I redacted.
You have derailed
I remembered.
our screen source. Charlie and I might have to say something either racist or sexist.
Whoa!
Just to
get it
deflect
back.
it.
Might have to. Might have
Please
to.
don't, one
Let's
commenter.
Not.
I'm not.
Let's not.
I'm not
It's
gonna.
just, I don't know if you saw Screen Source Junior, but yikes.
If you haven't, check it out. It's quality
All
content.
right.
Hey,
All
Rainn
right.
Wilson is in this.
Yeah. It's got a few
like
Dwight. Who does Dwight play?
Probably the robot Superman.
I was hoping. Oh my God, that makes me so
with
happy.
the robot jaw, I would imagine. Let's scroll down
Nice.
real quick.
I'm
Let's see
hoping
who's-
he actually plays Lois.
Rebecca Romaine is Lois Lane. Damn. No, Rainn Wilson's
Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
Like Rainn Wilson, watch Hesher.
all I can picture is Lex Luthor
Rosario
saying
Dawson
false.
is going to be playing Wonder Woman.
Wow. Nathan Fillion.
Who the fuck is Bruce Wayne?
Hal Jordan.
Yeah, he's Green
Cute.
Lantern. Nice. All right, so that was a trailer reaction to Reign of the Superman. Now, let's get into some film news, guys. Charlie, does Charlie have our first story? What's our first story here? I believe it is Charlie's. Yes, Charlie, you have the first story.
Yay. Okay, so Guillermo del Toro is going to produce and direct a new Pinocchio movie. It's alongside Netflix. I guess it's with Netflix.
Oh,
is
so
what
it's
it
not
says.
Disney?
It says it's a Pinocchio. Yeah. Gave the green light from Netflix to film Pinocchio.
So Disney and Netflix are working together?
Now, yeah, it's going to be a stop motion. That's what it says. Green light from Netflix to film Pinocchio, a stop motion musical version of the classic children's tale about a puppet who wants to.
So it's going to be an original take of sorts on Pinocchio.
Yeah, very original because it's set in 1930s Italy under fascist dictatorship.
Well, it is.
That's where
Pan's
Guillermo
Labyrinth.
del Toro
It is
comes
Guillermo
in.
del Toro.
That's where he comes in.
Yeah, it's basically Pan's Labyrinth, and instead of like you remember Geppetto.
Yeah.
You
Instead of
know
this
how
guy, it's a
like
puppet.
cool Geppetto was, like he was kind of a nice guy. This is a quote, and this is from this is an article on Variety. Guillermo del Toro says, in our story, Pinocchio is an innocent soul with an uncaring father who gets lost in a world he cannot comprehend.
So Geppetto.
That's not Geppetto.
Well, yep, he's a dick.
Well,
I guess
it's
sucks.
Pinocchio's fault for not being a real boy.
he's probably he's probably like I don't know, like what, an enforcer for the Benito Mussolini's regime or something, you know.
Yeah.
Pinocchio's
The
like
Italian Gestapo.
Well, as long as Robert Bergine, the guy who made Life is Beautiful. As long as he's nowhere near this movie, I think we'll be okay.
Oh, Life is Beautiful is so beautiful though. No,
Have you seen his Pinocchio movie?
No.
It's bad.
Oh.
It's real bad.
Anyway, I'm excited for Del Toro to be taking this on because he really likes animation a whole lot. He has sketchbooks full of like creatures that he could use.
And Pinocchio is a weird enough story to where Guillermo del Toro can get some really good dark stuff out of it. Like
the
I
whale
think
part was so scary.
the whale part's
Oh,
terrifying.
so scary as a kid. I hated
I
that
imagine
movie.
to me like the most nightmare-inducing moment is when Stromboli has him in his arms and they're all laughing, they're having a good time, and then he just shoves Pinocchio in the cage and starts laughing. Terrified me as a kid. Terrified me. I think it's why I'm not a hugger.
It's a scary movie.
Well, also some information is that Del Toro, he's collaborating with the Jim Henson Company. Jim Henson Company, they did Dark
So
Crystal.
there's Muppets, you're telling me?
That will be
right.
very terrifying.
Yeah, stop motion, Jim Henson Company, and also Patrick McHale is co-writing the script. He did Over the Garden Wall, which is a Cartoon Network special. He worked as an key animator on Flapjack and stuff. So you've probably seen, if you've watched Cartoon Network in the last decade,
bizarre.
you've
So
probably
good.
seen some of his work and stuff. Over the Garden Wall is beautiful. an immaculate thing, and also Mark Gustafson, who did Fantastic Mr. Fox, is going to co-direct the movie as well.
Nice.
And I believe that's all the news I found about the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio.
All right.
Film.
So you
Yeah.
guys, how do you guys feel about this? I'm a little bummed that this is not a Disney production. I feel like Guillermo del Toro and Disney would work well together, especially on Pinocchio. He's a very, when he, is motivated, he's a very original director. I'm going to sue the pants off of him for stealing the plot of my musical.
It's true.
You heard me, Guillermo.
For
Watch
Shape
out.
of Water.
That letter is coming.
Yeah.
Cease and desist. You
But
son of a gun.
Pinocchio is probably one of. I'm not crazy about like the older Disney movies, but I'd say Pinocchio is probably one of the better ones to me. I think it's really good, and I'm excited to see what Guillermo del Toro does with it.
I think it sounds great. I love the lineup of people working on the project. Wasn't crazy about Pinocchio as a kid. Again, I said it scared me as a child, but
It's a terrifying.
it kind of
movie.
sounds like this is the perfect venue for it. Because I don't know, I'd be down to see it as a scary movie. That sounds great.
Yeah, and other than Pacific Rim, like Guillermo del Toro rarely makes bad movies.
Yeah. Even that was pretty.
Yeah,
It was still pretty.
Pacific Rim 2 is bad. All right, let's get on to our next piece of news. And I think this is me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Disney is rebooting the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. If you are not aware, Disney has a franchise based on the popular Disney ride. The smash hit that came out of nowhere in 2003, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, created an entire world, an entire universe of characters. And 4 movies afterward, they kind of have been very so-so. They have not been great movies, and the last movie did not perform well at the box office. That's because due to a lack of interest from people, because it's the 5th movie of Pirates of the Caribbean, and the last 2 weren't very good. And then Johnny Depp at the same time has not been in any really financially successful films outside of I think Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And his star is falling very quickly. And then at the same time as all of that's happening, he gets accused of, and there's video evidence of him physically assaulting his then wife at the time, Amber Heard. So he's become box office poison. So the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, I think is the name of it. It bombed. It was a box office bomb. And so Disney is looking to reinvent the franchise, starting with hiring Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. I think it's Wernick. It'd be Wernick. Which I think is a step in the right direction. Pirates of the Caribbean at its heart is kind of a silly thing anyway. So to have these 2 guys who, are known for writing more self-aware humor, that might be good for the franchise. There are also reports that Johnny Depp is no longer part of it, which I'm kind of surprised about because Jack Sparrow is a huge part of what made the Pirates of the Caribbean films Pirates of the Caribbean films. I wouldn't say he worked for the last 2, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do without Jack Sparrow. For all we know, they'll be like, fuck it, let's make a prequel and find a new Jack Sparrow because that's how you solve that problem.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Always.
Are you guys, Charlie? You love pirates. I believe your email is I have a huge boner for pirates at gmail.com.
It was
Plundering booty.
actually I just changed it to Johnny Depp waifu at gmail.com. I think.
Are you the Johnny Depp waifu though, Charlie?
Yeah. I'm
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Yeah, sugoi kawaii.
Oh my
It's
God.
me.
All right,
Yeah, it's gonna make its money back. I know it is. I mean, even though it might not be a success over here, it's gonna be a success in China, much like the Fast and the Furious movies.
Well,
look at Dead Men Tell No Tales. Pirates of the Caribbean in China made $172 million, which was almost a quarter of the foreign box office.
So I guess my question is how do you make Pirates of the Caribbean? How do you make that a relevant franchise again? How do you do that? I know. So we have the Marvel movies, which are always coming out every month. and they're killer. Then you have the Star Wars movies, which, you know, thankfully after, you know, the disaster that was Solo, is now going to be coming out every so often, and they're great movies. And then you have the DC movies, which are always bad, and they're going to constantly. And there's so many franchises that you have to keep up with. How do you make? How do you convince audiences to go back to keeping up with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise?
Make them different kind of pirates. Make them
Music pirates.
Yeah,
Ooh.
make them music pirates.
Make
Download
them
music.
Fun-loving pirates. Go the opposite route of dark and gritty,
Right.
realistic pirates. No, it's
Yeah.
pirates who are always out for adventure.
They're totally
and having a
chill
great
pirates.
time and making friends along the way.
Maybe throw a historic pirate in there just
Yeah.
for, you know, whatever, Captain
Ooh.
Hook or whatever.
Captain
An
Morgan.
R rating.
Captain Morgan.
I remember.
It has an R rating?
I remember when I remember when Pirates of the Caribbean was PG-13. I flipped out because I didn't think Disney would ever make a PG-13 movie. I'm also convinced because that was the same year Holes came out. That was the year, like 2003 was the year Disney
Well,
killed it.
that was
Disney
lit.
just killed it across the board except for the Country Bears.
Okay.
Because that came out the same year.
Ooh, don't
but
talk
every
about
other
that.
movie they released was really good because that was also Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Well, to be perfectly fair, the title Holes is a little bit risque, so that could just
So anyway,
be,
my whole story
that's
with Holes.
PG-13
My
right
whole
there.
story with Holes because you know,
stop
like
saying
they
it,
were
get pulled.
they were
Holes. Okay.
Tranquilo.
Yeah. Okay.
They were saying words like damn and bastard and stuff like that. I swear to God, I heard someone say shit. I heard someone say shit in
Probably.
Holes.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna stop thinking that.
Get one
You know?
shit.
So- but
It was
I
a
agree.
defining moment
An
in
R rating,
childhood.
an R rating is where they'd have to go. I don't think Disney would ever do that though. I don't think you're ever gonna see an R-rated Disney film, like a strictly Disney film.
Yeah. The main character gets sent into the future,
Well,
and he has to defend his lover against.
in the last one, the end credits spoiler alert hinted at the return of Davy Jones. The curse on Will Turner has been lifted. He no longer is the captain of the Flying Dutchman. He got to return to his lovely Lady Elizabeth, and I watched it, so you all know. There you go.
I did not.
But at the end credits, it's hinted that Davy Jones has returned now because the Dutchman always needs a captain. So I would imagine if they're rebooting it, unless they pull a Spider-Man Homecoming, that's what they're going to be doing. All right, let's go on to our next bit of news.
All right.
Lexi, take it away.
So back to cartoons. We have a few things coming up in the close future. So first one, I'm not as excited
You're
about.
killing it. You're killing it on the stall. I'm so proud of you right now.
So my phone is slow.
My-
My phone's slow, sorry. So SpongeBob, the movie, Sponge Out of Water. Yes, it's real. Yes, I wish it wasn't. Yes, they're still making it. And yes, I want to die. I don't think this looks good at all. I'm so
What's
over
it about? What's going on here? What's happening?
So SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, and Squidward are going to spend most of the movie on dry land. Let's see. They are...
Didn't they do that?
No, but for the whole movie, not just for like 10 minutes, for the
No,
whole movie.
They already did that.
They're doing it again.
That was that second movie.
Nope, they're doing it again. That's the big thing. And they are going to interview a magical porpoise.
Motherfucker stealing my bits. I wrote this.
Wait, they're gonna do what now? Sorry.
They're going to get help from a magical porpoise on dry land.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Can it talk?
Yes, it can.
Can it sing?
Probably.
gonna sing.
It's voiced
I would
by... Oh,
imagine
no,
so.
it doesn't say who it's voiced by yet. It doesn't say. That's it. Then they're probably going to use puppets again.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, guys. And that's
Okay.
going to be released in 2020.
I wrote this.
Yeah.
I performed this.
Yeah.
I was there. Oh.
Come after Nickelodeon. They've been stealing people's dreams forever.
I have to recuse myself from this conversation.
We just got to start sending out all those lawsuits,
I'm
man.
suing so many people lately. Charlie, what do you think of the SpongeBob movie coming out?
I really liked SpongeBob a whole lot.
SpongeBob was everywhere. It was at one point probably the most popular cartoon ever.
Oh, it was so
SpongeBob
funny.
was a god at one
It
point.
was well written.
It was so fucking funny.
Tom
was.
Kenny's a great voice actor.
Secret
the guy
Box,
who does
Band Geeks best episode of all time.
the guy who does Plankton, he's a great voice actor. I love him.
It's like his name's like Mr.
He does. Yeah, can we find that out because he does
He does
a
a
whole bunch
few
of voices. I believe.
Yeah, like his credit. He's credited as like Mr. Something.
The Mr. Krabs guy. He does Winnie the Pooh and shit
Clancy.
like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How much stuff he does. He's a dragon in Elder Scrolls.
Oh shit.
He kind of talks like this.
Yeah, and so.
Yeah, if you
SpongeBob
SquarePants at one time was the best cartoon ever.
It was good, and then it declined.
And then the movie was good. The first
Mr.
one,
Lawrence, there we
and
go.
then-
Mr.
yeah.
Lawrence.
The first movie was good, and
Yeah, the first movie was actually really, really funny.
And then after that, it lost me a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
like I got it. I mean, it was fun. The first movie was at least really fun.
The characters became extremes.
They became caricatures of themselves.
Total character.
Yeah, Patrick
sure.
became extremely stupid. Mr. Krabs became extremely greedy. SpongeBob became extremely annoying.
Yeah.
Squidward just became a jerk. Like he'd
Still a
always been
dick.
kind of a jerk, but he just became like this hateful person who's like tried to murder SpongeBob.
Yeah. What about that one where heroin? Nope. I was gonna say where Squidward gets addicted to heroin. I was gonna make a joke.
Get
fucking
addicted to
forget about
heroin.
Me. Yeah, he's really cynical. He's like, it's like a creepypasta where it's like in this episode, Squidward hangs himself.
Yeah, no, the episode where he joins the community.
Oh
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one hit too close
What's
to
your
home.
favorite SpongeBob episode, Lexi?
Oh God, I used to. So do you remember the video nows?
Yeah.
And you'd have a little disc, you could put it in. I had the Dying for Pie disc, and I would watch that all the time. So like, Dying for Pie became my
Cries
favorite
you a
one.
sweater of tears. and
I
you kill
cried
him.
you the sweater of tears. That's
What
I
about
grew up
you?
on that.
It's been a really long time since I watched SpongeBob.
Seriously?
Oh no, it's the one where Pantera does all the music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good. The
I figured
extreme
that would
one.
be yours. That would.
I
be yours.
love Pantera.
I don't know what it is. Band Geek for some reason. Secret Box and Band Geeks.
Secret Box. Secret Box.
No, like that. That's the two best.
The duo.
And they're one right after the other.
Yeah.
So once I see Secret Box, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere for the next half hour. Fuck everything.
I
But,
did love Secret Box.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be checking out this. I am almost 30, and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, you won't be able to go into that.
What about this Courage the Cowardly Dog news? What do we got
Come on.
here?
I
We
love
all
Courage.
this is a pro Courage the Cowardly Dog room
I love
right now.
Courage the
Yeah.
Cowardly Dog.
There are people I have met people who don't like it.
It scared the literal piss out of
It
me when I
was
was
terrifying.
too.
That-
It is
so
terrifying.
scary.
That Return the
Nails-
Slab episode,
Bro, yeah.
literal nightmares.
Okay, no, Courage. I'll talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog after we.
Oh, it was so good.
read the news on
Who's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get the door?
Somebody
Somebody get the door.
Isn't that
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Those are the guys that do.
They might be giants.
They might be giants.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Love
a really
them.
good song. I miss those. That's how I discovered pain.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. All right, what's going on Courage the Cowardly Dog?
All
Lexi?
right. So don't get me wrong. I loved SpongeBob. Not hyped for the movie, but Courage is getting a reboot. According to John R. Dillenworth, the creator of the series, he posted on Facebook recently saying that Courage will be returning to Boomerang. He didn't give us a date. He just said soon. Stay tuned.
New episodes. Damn.
And it's going to be a potential prequel to the original Courage called Before Courage.
Well, I don't like that.
I don't like
Okay.
prequels, but I love
I got-
everything Courage the Cowardly Dog does. So
I finally, like when I was much older,
Keep it on there. Sorry.
I finally saw the final 2 episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and they were incredible. Like I had always really enjoyed Courage the Cowardly Dog, but after seeing the finale, it's like it's one of the best cartoons of my childhood.
I loved Courage.
We're looking at like some Google images. That one in the middle of the clay girl playing the violin.
That was terrifying.
That's
That
where
was so scary.
Courage is running around looking for doors for Muriel, and the blonde
Yes.
guy,
Ugh.
that girl, and the blonde guy, the guy that goes
Return the slave.
the cousin or whoever, the British
Freaky
dude,
Fred.
the guy who
Yeah.
goes
Naughty.
I've been naughty.
It was
That
Freaky
guy.
Fred.
I
hate him.
love that guy. So that mask one was fucking
Yes.
crazy.
The bunny
No,
and the
Courage
kitty.
the Cowardly Dog was surprisingly scary.
Absolutely.
It was my first introduction to like surreal
Yeah.
art and like
That was
horror.
it was a bizarre cartoon for kids to like.
I feel like it definitely shaped a lot of kids.
like
Yeah.
that shit,
Weirdness.
Like, that was an Adult Swim type of show.
It
It was weird as
nails-
hell. It was like pre-Invader Zim.
It nails.
I think it was probably like honestly it was better than Invader Zim.
Well, yeah.
Invader
it wasn't
Zim Zim was
I wouldn't call it a
scarier.
comedy. This is
Invader Zim was so much scarier to me.
There's the organ eating episode,
Yeah,
Dark Harvest.
like
that
at
was
least
so funny.
at least in Courage,
So
he like
funny.
triumphs, and
Yeah.
you're rooting for Courage. In
Yeah.
Invader Zim, you're like, I want to root for the alien, but he's eating people's
He eats
organs.
brains.
Oh, like as
dude,
a kid, that's scary.
The Courage the Cowardly Dog for me, like it nails all things that make it terrifying. It's like an even scarier. Who's that guy that does those like uncanny kind of like comic books? Far Side.
Yeah.
It's like a terrifying Far Side comic. It's like you're isolated.
I can see a lot of
Yeah.
Gary Larson influence in Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Isolation is terrifying. The unknown is
It
terrifying.
reminds me of like a.
And it's a dark show, like
It is.
like
It's
Eustace.
Twilight Zone for kids.
Like
It is.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
it's not a happy show at all.
Oh no.
Eustace is like abusive.
He's
awful.
abusive.
He
He
is borderline
kicks a
abusive.
dog.
Why does Mariel stay with him? She's a catch. What is she
Things you
doing?
do for love, you know.
And it's just so Lovecraftian in the way that things just kind of go there and just kind of find them at their farm.
Yeah.
And it's just unexplained. Like, sure, the good guy wins all the time. And that's kind of like what's reassuring throughout the episode. Like, Courage is going to triumph ideally, right? Well, except for that one where Eustace and Muriel get turned into, what was it? What do they get turned into? Puppets.
They
get
got turned into
the
flies
puppets.
at one point.
And
and he has to. Yeah,
he has to.
I
do
love
the
the
thing. That's
Courage the Cowardly
so
Dog like tension music. That dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
dun.
Honest to God, that plays in my head.
Yeah,
It's like when I'm
yeah,
at
yeah.
work and I'm like, there's customers, I'm like, dun, dun,
Cool,
dun, and I'm like
that's-
stressing. That's my stress music.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for Courage the
Yeah.
Cowardly Dog reboot. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
The Powerpuff
I think
Girls
it'll be
reboot has
good.
been kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Mostly missed because that writer, one writer.
Yeah, who did the stuff?
Who did the?
What an
he
asshole!
made himself a character and is the object of Blossom's affection.
What
Ew.
a weird,
Ew, really?
weird guy.
What a weird.
The
weird
creator
man.
of the show.
Oh no, an animator.
No, like
is
a head
weird.
writer, like a head writer of Powerpuff Girls. So hopefully,
Oh.
the new writers of Courage the Cowardly Dog avoid that.
Ooh,
Well, yeah.
Blossom
So we can enjoy
waifu. Creepy.
I'm not. Like we said, I'm not totally a big fan of the prequel thing, but I believe in it. I believe
I'm not a
that
fan
it'll
of the
be
prequel
probably
thing at
be
all.
good.
Honestly, until you just mentioned it, I forgot that it was going to be a prequel.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
forgot it was going to be a
actually- I'm
prequel
actually
too.
stepping back my excitement.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah, me too.
Because
Let's
it's going to
set
be
your
puppy
expectations.
courage,
Cool.
guys.
Tell me if it's good, guys. I'll check it out.
It's going to be a
good.
puppy version of Courage.
Well, if it was a kid
yeah.
version of Courage, that'd be more
But
exciting.
just
for me.
imagine he's so you know how babies are always crying because they don't understand anything.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's already like kind of because there's those meme theories or whatever of like, oh, courage is these are just normal things that are happening, and this it's just seen through the eyes of the
Yeah.
dog, so it's scary.
Those
And so,
fan fiction theories are.
Too far.
If it's true, it's a baby courage, and he's just going to be tripping the whole time, and I'm kind of into
What
that.
kind of dog is Courage? What do you think?
A beagle.
A beagle?
Is
Yeah.
he a big one?
You know,
Yeah.
honestly, that makes sense. I believe it.
I don't know if there's confirmation, but I look at him and I see beagle.
I see it.
I
see
choose corgi.
Snoopy's also a beagle.
Snoopy is a beagle.
Snoopy is a beagle.
When it comes to
Oh.
dogs and animation, I'm there.
I
All
choose
right.
corgi because of Cowboy Bebop.
He's definitely not a corgi.
He's not a corgi.
Whatever. In
He
my
looks
head,
nothing like a corgi.
in
Nope.
my brain, he's a cool corgi.
It's
He's a
definitely
beagle.
It's definitely more a beagle than a corgi.
He's
All
a
right.
legal
Okay.
beagle.
That is the news. We have talked about many things. Guillermo del Toro's making Pinocchio. It's going to be dark and fucked up. They're remaking Pirates of the Caribbean. Hopefully, it's rated R and funny. And they're making Love on Porpoise, my musical, into a SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And they're going to get their asses sued. And then Courage the Cowardly Dog is getting a prequel. A lot of things to look forward to, guys, including a hefty sum from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to have.
What if they pay you in slime?
You know, I'll take it.
That'd be pretty sick.
I'll take it.
All right.
Oh, what if they make you drink the slime?
They can't make me drink this line.
Well, what if that's part of the
This
legal
is
contract?
America. It's not allowed.
How, okay, then how did I win? How did I win my lawsuit if they get to make me drink this?
I don't
wine?
know what
Okay,
it tastes
Connor,
good.
you're right and you
You are-
won, but you have to
You are
drink your
not
wine.
my lawyer.
Okay.
You're fired. Lexi, you want to be my lawyer?
Can Charlie drink the slime?
I'll
Yes.
drink the
All right, then I'll be
All
your
right,
lawyer.
all right. So let's get into our next segment. Something pre-tomatoes.
Pre-tomatoes.
It's where we look at movies from last week. We guessed the Rotten Tomatoes score, and we're going to see how close we got. We did mid-90s, which is written and directed by Jonah Hill. I believe it's the... now with post-tomatoes comes...
pre-tomatoes.
Thank you,
Oh,
Lexi.
I was gonna
Thank
say
you,
Charlie.
Lexi. I'm the
Sorry.
cool guy, all right? I let the kids smoke and everything.
Oh, okay.
Mid-90s, written and directed by Jonah Hill. We guessed it was going to get a 79%. Critics gave it an 81, so pretty freaking close critically. And then audiences gave it well. It had a really good soundtrack, so 95%. Kind of a little bit of a huge discrepancy between audiences and critics. Critics found it a little bit more meh. I mean, it's a B minus, so it's not as meh as it would. But audiences gave it a shiny A. You guys gonna check out Jonah Hill's mid-90s? You were around in the mid-90s.
Oh, dude, I love Jonah from Django Unchained Hill.
Yeah. Jonah from the 2 Seconds in the 40-Year-Old Virgin Hill.
Yeah, I love him, man.
He hasn't done a whole lot, has he, since?
And I believe... Oh, yeah. I believe in
He's been around. He's been around.
I believe in him. Like, it's kind of like... I just trust him to make a
he
good
wrote,
movie.
he wrote 21 Jump Street, the movie.
There you go.
He wrote it.
There you go.
It was really funny.
I trust him with that, man. Totally. I believe in him.
Are you going to check out mid-90s?
I also believe in Jonah Hill, and I like the 90s, so why not? Looks good.
All right. Next up, who wants to take this one?
I'll take Halloween.
All right.
Okay, so Halloween, it's the story of Michael Myers. Of course, if you've seen it. So I guess you guys last week guessed 55%. But,
yeah, we didn't think it was going to be very good, and audiences and critics went, you guys don't know shit.
Yeah, the real scores, the critics gave it 79%, the audience gave it 76%. And now that's one of the, it's a rare instance where a critic is giving it a higher score than the audience. You know what I mean?
This also, I think, has the biggest box office opening for a horror film ever.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I believe.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I think it's the first. I think it's the first horror film to make such a giant sum of money with a female lead.
Oh,
Yay.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
I like Halloween. I like the first and the second Halloween. I mean, you can basically just
I
make
like-
them into one whole movie. But then it like
It got very, very silly.
I stopped liking it later on for sure.
I like Halloween Resurrection because
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Oh, Busta Rhymes kicks
He
ass in it.
he
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes Michael Myers'
yeah.
ass. He fucks him
and
up.
then he shocks him in the dick.
It was so great.
It's super.
I'm sorry. Michael Myers isn't scary. Busta Rhymes fucked him up.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Busta Rhymes is scary. I don't want to get Busta Rhymes' bad side.
So it kind of lost me after the second one, and they're just kind of revamping. They're just bringing it into the same universe as the first two, and I feel like that's what people were excited about when they heard about the film or
kinda going back to
saw
basics.
reviews or anything like that. Totally, and kind of resolving something that was left unresolved like 8 times, and
Right.
So I like the closure. You know,
Are you gonna see Halloween?
If Rigo forces me to.
Rigo forces you to.
I never
It's a
got
great
into
reason to
it.
go see it.
yeah,
I'm not. I don't like being scared. Scared's not a feeling I enjoy.
I like
love
being
it.
scared, but I like more like psychological stuff. It's just a slash film
I
to
feel
me.
that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I'll give it a chance.
You wanna take Making a Murder?
Sure.
Fun fact.
So,
Fun fact. Halloween was originally supposed to be an anthology, and so that's why Halloween 3: Season of the Witch is totally different. It was meant to be a different
And terrible.
movie. It was meant to be a different movie though. Each movie.
Okay.
I'm glad they stopped that.
And well, I'm disappointed because
Anthology
could've been
movies are
good.
hard to pull off.
Michael Myers became
love
so
anthology.
iconic that Season of the Witch failed.
Can you do that one more
and
time?
Iconic. He became so iconic that Season of the Witch failed, and I wish that they could have done something else. Anyway, fun fact.
All right.
yeah, never got into it. But Making a Murder, this is about how to make a murder. There's a detailed recipe.
Start with salt.
Start with salt. Add in
Preheat oven to 425.
add in
Baby
broccoli
there.
because all
And now you're
murders
a
are made of
murderer.
broccoli.
Jesus Christ.
So apparently, everybody last week thought that it was going to get 90. Optimistic.
It's a Netflix. If you
That's
put
true.
If you put it on Netflix, there's a 75% chance that you just made the
It's a
most amazing
banger.
television show ever.
Netflix is starting to decline in quality in some of their newer stuff. I'm getting more cautious when I watch Netflix
Well,
original. I don't blindly jump in anymore.
Hopefully their deal with New Mexico will
Hopefully.
create rewards for them.
Hopefully there's better stuff in the future. But this one apparently went well because the critics gave it an 86. Not bad. It's close to what you guys guessed, and the audience gave it a 95.
Did you ever
They liked
see
it
the-
way better.
Did you
Nope.
ever see the first season?
Nope. I started it and I said, wow. And then I never finished it.
I heard about it, and I've never checked it out.
I think everybody overhyped it because I like murder documentaries. I mean, I binge watch everything Jonestown's. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love
murderous affairs. It's
I
so great.
I like murders. Anyways, sorry, I don't know how to silence my phone. It's a new phone.
Making a Murderer, I thought I would watch it until it turns out that like they embellished a lot of truths in it about the guy and the people in it, and they were just like heinous lies about this person who ended up actually being a horrible person.
Yeah.
Really?
And so they're trying to redeem him throughout the thing, and then like right after it came out, he did some fucked up. He like assaulted somebody or like actually killed somebody or some shit. Embellished some money or something.
Well, they
and
made
then
a
it's like,
murderer.
well, there you go. Yeah,
They did it.
It was their plan all along.
Foolproof
exactly.
recipe. I didn't get super into it.
So you guys surprised by any of these scores? I'm a little bit surprised about Halloween.
I'm surprised about Halloween.
Yeah.
More than anything.
I'm mostly mad because I like being right, but they fucking made a good movie, so good for you guys.
I thought it would have either been higher or lower than 70% than like a C.
We've broken the streak. We've been killing it. We've been getting every score so
These are
like
pretty
almost
close.
accurate, and then Halloween came along. Thanks, Michael Myers.
Mid
Son of a
90s
bitch.
was close. That
All
was
right.
good.
No, thank you.
Fun fact, I got the real Michael Myers, but no, I'm kidding.
That was pre-tomatoes, which comes with
Post tomato, pre tomatoes.
Right, there we go. There we go. We are now going to look at some movies and guess their Rotten Tomato scores, so you guys get to see what we did last week. Let's pull up those. All right. First off, we got Suspiria.
The remake of Suspiria.
Yeah, that one. That one. I don't know anything about it.
The first.
It's like a
Suspiria
dance. It's like a horror movie set in a dance school or something.
It's basically what was that one movie with Mila Kunis in it?
Oh, Black Swan.
It's kind of like it's the original Suspiria.
How did I know? Right.
The original Suspiria is kind of like inspiration for Black Swan.
Okay.
It's about a cult in a ballet school
Yikes.
and kind of the first Suspiria was awesome as hell, and this Suspiria, well, you know.
After that, we did a trailer reaction to this one. London Fields with Amber Heard. It's based on a novel or a series of novels, and if you want to see what my thoughts on this are, there's a trailer reaction just a few pages away that will reveal what I think. And then the chilling adventures of Sabrina, the Netflix reboot of the television show, which is supposed to be a lot darker and a lot creepier and a lot campier by the looks of it. So let's go through it. Let's give our thoughts. Charlie, Suspiria. What do you think?
It's gonna fail.
It's gonna fail?
Absolutely, 100%.
Really? You don't think people are gonna like it?
Nobody's gonna like it.
What's your score?
I'm gonna give it. I think at the highest, 60.
You're gonna give it a 60%. That's fine. That's a D.
Yeah,
that's how I graduated high school.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I don't know a whole lot about it. From what I've seen, it just kind of seems like a by the numbers, like ooh, creepy, scary movie. So I would probably go with like a 60% as well. I think that's a fair grade. You want to phone it in and give it a 60%?
Yeah, I kind of want to go lower.
Damn! Now we got to figure out percentages. Yikes! Okay.
Should I just do an even 50 to make it easy?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll just say 50 because
So
I don't
you're
like
thinking
math.
no one's gonna like it,
I don't know. You said it was like a horror ballet.
like a satanic ballet.
Yeah. Okay.
cult.
Here's what's gonna happen, right? If it's like honest with the source material, but if it does it like in different shots and stuff like that, it might be a little heady because it's like a weird. Because it gets weird. The original movie gets weird.
I like
and
heady
people
horror
might-
stuff.
But like general audiences might not like that. If it was a slasher, I might not be giving people credit enough. But if it was just like slasher and just jump scare and whatever, people might like it more. If it's kind of combined with that headiness. So that's why I'm giving it a 60, is because it can't be high. It can't be too high no matter what they do with it.
Right now, and I'm just following your lead on that one.
That's
because
true.
I don't know a whole lot about it. So 60%, 60%.
I'll just say 60.
That's a 60%. We give it a D minus. Not into it. Suspiria,
Sarsaparilla. Root beer.
That was good. Good job, us.
That was my first thought when I saw the flyer.
This
to
next
be honest,
movie, London Fields. I saw the trailer. It's got Johnny Depp in it. That's unfortunate. This movie was made before.
God.
Like this movie has been in production hell for a while, which is already not a good sign.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be kind of like a sensual caper kind of film. Which
James Bond.
No, you know what? I don't know if this is the lowest score in the history of Screen Source, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give it a 5%.
Ooh.
No one is going to like this movie. No one's going to enjoy this movie. It is not going to be seen by a lot of people. It is going to be such a bad box office bomb that the only way it resides in history is to talk about how bad it was. This is a 5%. If you guys give it anything higher, I'm going to look at you with this face.
Who wrote London Fields? Not the movie director, but the novel.
The novel? Yeah, let's get that information up. I forgot.
Yeah, I'd like that. Because depending on who it was written by, it might be seen by older,
true,
late,
try the novel, yeah,
erotica loving older ladies. You know,
they have the click for the novels right there.
Martin Amis.
It's written by Martin Amis.
I don't know who the hell that guy is.
He's a
this
British
seems
novelist.
So what else did he do?
He made money. He wrote the
A
book
lot
Money.
of old ladies would read.
So it's a black comedy murder mystery novel. I'm gonna give it 40%.
40%, dude. Look at that poster.
They didn't get a great designer for that one.
Look at it. That is 40%. That is you basically
here's
you
the
gave
movie.
it an A. You gave it an A in F words.
Here's the movie. They're in London. She's a detective, and those are the three dudes that she's investigating. But she becomes infatuated, or they all become infatuated with her, and she's too dedicated to her job to bang them.
So are you sticking with your 40%? I'm going to go even lower if you stick to your 40%. I'm not letting this get anything higher than a 20%.
Oh, shit.
I will scream.
Stick to your guns.
Oh,
Charlie.
I'm sabotaging this movie. I'm sabotaging London Fields. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm putting my foot down.
I think I'm going to have to give it a 40 to be realistic.
God, okay, I'm giving it a 2%. You've made me drop all the way down to 2%. I hope you're happy.
Okay.
I hope Charlie's right and this does well and she does say no and is super committed to her career. But I hate spy movies because she's probably going to bang all the dudes in there and it's going to be really stupid and gratuitous. So I want to give it a 0, but that's my personal rating.
Come on. Well, okay.
That's my
0, 2%.
I think the audience, I have a little faith, very little faith in shitty audience members. I'm going to say
that's
20.
7%.
Yeah.
We're giving this movie a 7%. I'm excited. I hope.
That's my personal rating. I feel like people are actually going to watch this though.
No,
which is sad.
This will make $1 at the box office.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, no young person, no one under the age of 40 is going to watch that movie.
All the people who you think are going to go see this movie are going to go see The Mule starring Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
No one's going to go see London Fields.
Older people, they're going to leave the movie theaters all sticky.
Next week when Dylan's back, if this is historically the lowest score ever given to a film on Screen Source, I want a plaque. I want a plaque because I made this happen.
And then
I hope I'm right. I hope honestly, I honestly hope we gave it too much praise. Imagine if it got a 2% at the on Rotten Tomatoes. I
hope you're right.
All right. After that, we have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and I'm giving this a 79%.
I'm excited for it.
It looks fine. It looks enjoyable. I don't know, it might look a little bit too like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Joss Whedon snarky at first.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going with the 79. But, it seems like it's got a lot of potential.
I saw the trailer and it was she goes I'm a child was born, but she wasn't mortal or whatever. She was a witch, and that witch was me. I was like, wait, so are witches in this universe like demon spawn, or are
witches.
you not human?
They're witches.
Which that's every witch in the history of planet Earth has been a human that
made a deal
blood,
with
blood
satanic
and skin
forces.
and,
Witches make deals with satanic
right,
forces.
But what's the difference between? It's just the semantics. The semantics threw me off.
There's no semantics. It's just that's how witches are.
They're not. But they're still human. They're people.
But they made a deal with the demons.
I agree with Charlie.
I don't know. Let's call.
I
We have a bunch of witchy people. You know, there's an entire show on Color Circuit called Creep Circuit. We could ask Michelle, Phil, and Janae, and they can answer this question for us all.
studied witchcraft at UNM for 4 years.
They have a witchcraft class.
They do. It's actually
it's
history.
college.
It's called
Is it
medievalism.
called witch class?
It is.
All right.
It is. No, but I did take a lot of weird ass medieval classes about witches. And
I have
Charlie's
seen
right.
a Ouija board in my day.
Charlie's
okay.
100%
Yeah,
right.
here are the facts. Every witch in the history of planet Earth has been a human who was then crushed to death by rocks or drowned, okay? That is
Or
it.
turned out all they needed was a man.
Yeah, whatever, you know? So...
or were played by Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
I'm going to say, though...
It was practical magic, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm still thinking of the Sandra Bullock horror movie right now.
Oh, Bird Box?
Yeah.
We already reacted to it. Move
I was
on.
like, what? What?
Okay, so what I'm going to say... I know critics are going to give it... They might give it
I might
around
yell
a
it.
70 or an 80.
Yeah.
70 or an 80 or something. And but the audience, they're going to give it... They're going to love it.
Okay, but what are you going to give it?
I'm going to say... I'll make it 80.
80. Damn. Good. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. All right. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
What about you, Lexi?
I don't know. So I grew up with Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I did too.
Oh, I loved it. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is not Sabrina. What I was
No,
like,
they had
too
already
edgy.
said
Yeah.
said that they were planning on making it a little bit darker. It falls more in line with the rebooted, the revamped version of the Archie comics. Yeah.
Riverdale?
Well, not Riverdale, but
Oh.
the Sabrina. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I don't know. I stopped reading fucking Archie comics when I turned 11.
This is Archie, but they bang. That's Riverdale.
Jughead, put the food down. For God's sake.
Jughead, stop masturbating. That's
But yeah.
Riverdale.
Jughead, that is an ugly hat.
never got into Archie.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Never got into it.
So, but you were super into Sabrina. I watched the. No, I'm with you. I saw the finale.
So that part of me is like 0%. Like I want to be super like.
my Sabrina.
I want to be that old person who's all back in my day. We walked to school and I had to tune the antenna myself, and this isn't Sabrina. But like the creepy lover in me and the lover of all things witchy and spooky is like, oh, this is gonna be
And
good.
it could be good.
This looks like the actual show, like taking away my bias.
Yeah.
Looks super cool, and I'm really excited.
I got you.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. I agree with Charlie as far as semantics go in witches. I want to dramaturge on that.
Alex and I are right. You guys are wrong.
It's not canon, but I'm excited. So I don't know. I'll go with Charlie and say 80.
80%, and a 79 was.
I
that
definitely am
give
gonna
us?
watch it and see what I see. But I'm hyped. I love Salem. If they don't have Salem as funny as it used to be, I'm just done.
I don't think you
I
did the
don't
math
think-
right. We gave it a 1.
A 1%. We tried.
Let's just
Be
give it.
79.
Let's just give it an 80.
That'd
Let's
be
just give it an
Let's do even
80.
80.
Make it easy
Math
for
is
everybody.
hard.
Math is not worth it, guys. It is just not worth it.
If Bird
All
Box
right.
were real, my
There we
monster
go.
would be math.
We probably should write this down.
He's got it.
Oh, it's all right. Cool. Awesome. So we gave Suspiria the. I think that's a disease, right? You get that from unclean kitchen
You
utensils.
just shit yourself all day. That's how they
yeah.
died on the Oregon Trail.
The food poisoning known as Suspiria, we gave a 60%. London Fields, I forced it, but we got a 7%. And I'm hoping
a solid
A, we're
7%.
right. Honestly, I think it'd be awesome if we were completely wrong. And this movie's beloved. But I will double down. I will double down on the 7%.
I
won't
hope we
back
are
away.
wrong. I hope Charlie's right and she's a career woman.
Yeah.
No.
But I don't think
And
so.
then we phoned it in and we gave Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of, an 80%.
Excited.
Good job, guys. We have declared we are in charge of Post Tomatoes now.
Yay.
So Dylan has no say, and so it shall be.
Wait, you have to win the
Amen.
bet and then you get it. That was the rules.
All right.
Amen.
So let's
Just
go
call
on
me
to our next segment, please. All right. We are now into the review section of tonight's show where we will be reviewing some stuff. First up, what are you watching? Oh, look at that. So we just we're going to go around and we're going to talk about things we've watched this week. Let's start with Lexi. Lexi, what did you watch this week?
I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, just a lot of...
Are you watching the new season?
I'm actually starting from the beginning.
So
all of them.
No, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry. You got to first off, you got to get Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Because it has the uncensored versions.
It's on Hulu uncensored.
No, it's not.
It is.
What?
It's uncensored. They
what the
took
fuck
off
am I
all
doing
the
with an
bleeps.
Amazon? Okay, you know what?
But it's great. It's my stress relief show.
It's hysterical.
It's like Gordon Ramsay's so good.
Can I recommend you skip season 1 and just go straight into season?
Oh, I'm on like season 5 now.
Just go to season 10. Season 10's the best. It's got all of the good stuff. Season 10 is the best.
I'll have to get to it.
Well, I mean, tell me, walk us through.
I'm
what do you love about it?
going through all of them.
Because I love Hell's Kitchen. I'm with you on this.
And Hotel Hell. I'm also doing a little hotel. I'm
So
doing just Gordon Ramsay.
You're on your Gordon Ramsay
I'm
kick.
binging Gordon Ramsay.
That's what happens when you have nothing but streaming sites to watch.
And no
you
kids.
fall in love with Gordon Ramsay.
It's true. No, but my roommate and I and everybody living in the house has been super into Gordon Ramsay these last few weeks, and I think he's been very good for my mental health.
That's good.
He's very encouraging. Whenever I'm feeling anxious, I'm like, what would Gordon Ramsay say?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm not going to tell you what he said in my brain because I don't want Dylan to censor this show, but it encourages me. Gordon Ramsay is a great way to shape your life. What would Gordon Ramsay do?
He's a great leader. I agree.
He is.
I agree.
He should be president of America.
Well, he can't because he's British.
Stupid laws.
I always put on Hell's Kitchen when I'm doing math for college and stuff. It's great.
Does it not rev you up?
It totally does. Well, also then when you watch his YouTube videos of him teaching you, doing tutorials, he's just so in love with the food. You know? I mean, it's
That's how you know he's legit.
I love him on
full of
MasterChef. If you ever watch MasterChef, he's almost the polar opposite of how he is on Hell's Kitchen.
Absolutely.
Because he's super encouraging, he's super supportive, and it's just talking about the love of food. I think that's what I like. My favorite Gordon Ramsay is a passionate Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
Kitchen Nightmares. I'm sorry. I've been watching nothing but Kitchen Nightmares this week. Hell's Kitchen was last week.
Have you seen Amy's Baking Company one yet? Right? Oh my god, that lady's fucking nuts.
We watched Hun this morning before work, and I was so mad.
Oh my god.
But yes, Gordon Ramsay is a sweetheart and a scary guy.
Oh yeah.
He's the ideal man, to be honest.
So badass though. When someone goes, okay, his mentor Marco Pierre White, he's a celebrity chef in England and whatever, and he made Gordon Ramsay cry when Gordon Ramsay was training under him.
Jesus.
Because he was so brutal. That's where Gordon learns it from.
Yeah.
And there's Gordon Ramsay gets
scary.
Everything from Marco.
Sometimes you have to be like that with people. Sometimes you just have to be super fucking mean to get something done.
Marco was having this news crew with some pretty prominent people. They went into his big restaurant and whatever, and so they were filming Marco and whatever, and I guess one of them was like, oh, can you send this back to the waiter? He goes, can you send this back because something about it's too cold or whatever? And the guy goes up to Marco and he's like, hey, he said it's too cold, and Marco goes, it's supposed to be cold. And the guy goes, oh no, but he says it's too cold. And Marco goes, you collect everything from their table and tell them they have to leave.
Okay.
And the guy goes up to the table and just starts taking plates, and he's like, sorry, you guys don't have to pay.
That
money's no
poor
good here,
guy
so.
lost his tip.
Dude,
Wow.
it was awesome. And so I respect that about chefs.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, what am I watching?
What are you watching?
What are
You
you
have
watching?
notes, which I
have
find
notes.
I'm a little
surprising.
scared.
I
I'm a
was
little
really
worried.
stoked. Well, since it's so close to Halloween, I was watching horror movies. Since it's so close to Halloween, I was watching horror movies.
And taking notes.
And taking notes. Yeah, I thought that was going to be
So you watched a couple
important.
things.
I watched a couple things.
And I don't think Big
yeah.
Trouble in Little China is in any of those.
Dude,
I'm so upset. I invite you
I'm
onto the
so
show,
sorry.
and you don't have the fucking decency to watch Big Trouble in Little China just to please me.
Dude, I am digging myself holes every time I see you about fucking Big Trouble in Little China.
All you have
do you know
to
what
do is
else?
watch it.
What things have
Just
I
do
seen
it.
that aren't Big Trouble in Little China? Hobo with a Shotgun. I saw that. The Perfect Host. Watched it.
Troll Hunter.
Also, Troll Hunter is so good. Also, anyway, this week I watched last night I watched Apostle, and I watched. Well, first I watched The Shining.
I
because-
fucking love.
Yes.
Can we just talk about The Shining?
Yeah,
I like The Shining.
watched The Shining. I chose it to be first and stained this page because it's like just class. It's Stanley Kubrick blew it right out of the park.
I think
It's-
it's his best movie for sure.
It's-
I know that there's probably a billion Kubrick fans who heard me say that and went, "Fuck you, dude."
It's a clinic in making a horror movie and making things unsettling.
Jack Nicholson is fucking terrifying in
It's
that movie.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Most of my wardrobe is based off of The Shining.
Oh my! It might be like I always
For
say.
reals.
Jaws is my favorite horror film. Shining's my favorite horror.
As far as like the look goes, it's beautiful.
It's so
Oh,
well
yes,
made.
beautiful.
Cinematically, it's gorgeous. Jack Nicholson delivers one of the best performances I've ever seen out of an actor ever. Shelley Duvall's great.
Yes. Oh, you can see her. I made a note, and I was like, it's like 10 or so minutes in when she's talking to the doctor who goes to see Danny. And Shelley Duvall already looks like she's lost her mind because Stanley Kubrick has probably yelled at her. He probably sat her down and just screamed in her face
he
for
did.
48 hours straight.
He made her do that scene where she's just swinging the bat.
Yeah.
127 times.
What do you mean, Shelley? You're too tired. You can't stand up. Take these caffeine pills.
She looks like she's been doing that for 127 times.
Absolutely.
Like fucking A.
I heard she had like issues after the
She
shooting.
did.
Like, she had to get
Absolutely
some
she did.
therapy.
Yeah.
She gave Kubrick a box filled with clumps of hair that she lost during the filming.
That is a piece of her that's in that role for sure, and never to be returned to her.
Intense. I think I'd quit.
It's so
That's commitment.
it's scary, not because of like any jump scare or whatever, but
Yeah, I don't
because
think
of
there's a single
all
jump
of-
scare in that movie.
all of except for old lady jumping at Danny from the bathtub. The
She doesn't
decomposed
jump.
lady. She goes, "Meh," and then Jack Nicholson makes out with her, and then she
Yeah,
comes back
that-
and goes, "Meh."
That's not a jump
And
scare.
he goes, "Ah, that's like '80s jump scare."
No.
That's
Jump
like their
scares have
version.
jumps. There has never been no jump scares are one thing.
Yeah.
and it's just a cat running across an alley, and you going "Oh!"
Alien.
That's what a jump scare is.
Okay,
Alien.
fair. Regardless of that, it doesn't rely on those things to be scary. It relies on like technique, the wide open shots of the mountain and stuff.
I think
it's
Oh, sorry. It's anticipation, is what you're.
Oh yeah.
there's the anticipation, the just
music's
the location,
unsettling.
The music's unsettling. The location is scary. It's isolated up in the mountains.
It just has this very ominous feel throughout the entire movie. Just this whole the entire time you're watching it, you just know something very, very bad is going to happen.
Well, and Stanley Kubrick does crazy things also with the cinematography. Like he'll just do things to unsettle you. Like there's this one scene where Shelley Duvall's talking to Jack Nicholson. She comes up to him. It's the first time when he's typewriting.
Yeah.
When he's trying to write. And there's a shot. It'll cut to Jack Nicholson, and you'll see the background like really clearly. It cuts to Shelley Duvall. It cuts back to Jack Nicholson, and a chair that was behind Jack Nicholson is now gone out of the shot.
Right.
And then it cuts back to her, cuts back to him. The chair is back in the shot. And it's like weird techniques like that that subliminally make the viewer kind of scared, make the goosebumps rise. And then another note, like the uncanny valley kind of the twins of, when Danny turns the corner and you see those girls, and it's kind of like they look human enough for us to recognize it kind of, but they're so far away and kind of indistinguishable, and there's something eerie about it. And it's because I don't think that they were real twins, or
they were
at least
twins.
they were
twins.
They're paternal twins. They don't look exactly the same. And so it's like asymmetry kind of like that from very far away that can make the person really
And that whole scene, like
really freaked out.
That whole scene, you know it's coming up because you know the scene, but it still feels like it takes a long ass time for those twins to show up, and then when they do, you're like, ah.
And the way the camera follows Danny is super unsettling,
No,
and it makes
it's-
everything look bigger than it is.
Such a well-made movie.
It
It's
puts
so good.
the viewer in a mindset that's crazy. And so I watched that. Then I watched Apostle and The Invitation and Endless. Endless is a cool. I'm just gonna plug these because you guys should watch them. Endless ends up being a weird sci-fi movie. The Invitation ends up being a crazy cult movie, and Apostle. Well, Apostle was done by a guy who does a bunch of like kung fu movies, but it's really good. It's like one part Wicker Man, one part The Witch, and one part Children of the Corn.
The good Wicker Man.
Okay.
And what makes it really scary is just like the question that you ask yourself: what's more brutal? Is it nature or is it people?
It's people.
And
Is it
what
the
they're gonna
bees?
do?
It's always
Absolutely. It's kind of
No, again, the good
It's-
Wicker Man.
oh yeah. And so yeah, watch them. Invitation, The Endless, and Apostle is great.
I have a theory about that scene, the Wicker Man scene with the bees. Those are CGI bees.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like,
That's why it
Nicolas
was
Cage
so
in his
scary.
head, while he's acting that scene, he's like, I have to. It's kind of like, you know, in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, when they're doing their Lethal Weapon remake, and Matt keeps wanting to write the exposition as dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's kind of what Nicolas Cage was doing with the bees. Was like, how's the audience going to know I'm getting stung by bees?
They won't see them. They're CGI.
CGI, Nick. Yeah, no, but I don't see them. There's no bees. How will the audience see the bees? No, the audience will see the bees.
It's like
No,
Santa,
I
Nick.
got
You
this. I know
can't
what to
see
do.
him.
Oh, the bees! There's bees! They're yellow and black and fuzzy, and they're stinging my face. Oh, the bees!
But then when he does good stuff, it's like he sits in a mirror for like 10 minutes and goes, "You're Francis Ford Coppola's fucking nephew. You got this, dude."
So
That's what he tells himself.
I guess I'll talk about this. I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp the other day. Have you guys seen it?
No, I
No.
want to.
It's enjoyable.
I love
It's
Paul Rudd.
you know, honestly, full disclosure, totally didn't pay attention to it the entire time. I could tell right away I didn't miss anything. Like, I saw all the plot points, I saw the ending. I enjoyed the movie. It was really funny. It's funny because, like, I complained about Venom being a really forgettable film, but at least, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp was enjoyable. It had a lot of people I liked. Everybody delivered performances I enjoyed. T.I. had fun. That was weird. I don't think I've ever seen T.I. have fun, but there's T.I. having a great time. The villain, Walter Goggins. I love Walter Goggins. Ever since I saw Hateful Eight, I love what he does. Michael Douglas is fantastic. Michael Douglas is so good in this movie. I like Evangeline Lilly, but since I watched Lost, I don't love Evangeline Lilly, and I don't think I ever will, because Lost was a thing and I was into it. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Evangeline Lilly. You were Kate Austin, and I can never forgive you. And Paul Rudd was great. Point me in the direction of a bad Paul Rudd performance. Just do it.
Halloween H2O.
That's not bad. You're wrong.
Okay.
I reject that thing you said.
Okay.
But one thing about this movie is it's really funny. And one of the main storylines going is Paul Rudd just trying to connect with his daughter. And I feel like they did a really good job on that. I think, I really appreciated that storyline. Ray Park is fucking hilarious. This movie is fucking hilarious. Like, to go from Avengers Infinity War, which in my opinion is probably the best comic book movie ever made. And that's comparing it to The Dark Knight. Like, if I'm being honest, I think Infinity War might actually surpass Dark Knight just in terms of, like, a quality film. Have any of you guys seen Infinity War?
I have. I did another podcast.
Yeah.
Super Talks with Owen and Angie. Check it out. And we go into great detail about this. It's good.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. It's not my favorite, but it's great.
So to go from that, which was heavy, Infinity War was so heavy. I don't think I laughed once during that movie, except for just anything Drax the Destroyer did, because he's great. But to go from that to Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is a very funny film pretty much the entire time. Michael Pena is just phenomenal. Like, I want a movie that's just about that character reacting to stuff. There's no real plot. It's just put Michael Pena as that character in a dangerous situation and just see what he says, because every single thing he said every single line that came out of his mouth, I was laughing at. And he had such great delivery, and I was like, if anything, the only reason for me to see Ant-Man and the Wasp was Michael Pena was so fucking good. He was so funny, and Paul Rudd's great. The daughter's adorable. She is fucking adorable. And it's weird because, Dylan will laugh at me, but yeah, no, I like Marvel movies. They're really good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Except Doctor Strange. That wasn't good.
Oh.
But that's what I was watching.
Cool. It's cool.
Yeah. We're supposed to be doing a required viewing. Jinro. I don't think that's going to happen.
Jinro.
So I am going to
Road
take
dog.
over and make the next required viewing. But I have to think about it. I have like 2 movies. I have 2 movies I'm thinking of. Let's go. Do we have another slide coming up?
I can't talk about Jinro for 2 seconds?
All right.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about Jinro?
It's a real good movie. It's animated
really
beautifully.
good.
It's fucking brutal, and it's like a cool alternate reality
and
timeline.
It is a timely movie.
For sure.
It is like if you watch that movie, you're going to see some interesting parallels to the world we live in today.
There's action, there's intrigue,
drama,
tears, PTSD.
No, Jinro's very good. I love it.
It's great.
All right. This is a game we like to play to close out the show. It's Last Blank Standing, where we pick genres and characters and actors and stuff, and we eliminate people we don't like. This week, it's Last Casino Movie Standing. We have 6 movies. There's 3 of us, so one of us is going to go twice, and our producer is also going to have to eliminate a movie. There's one that I'm kind of like thinking out loud, don't eliminate, but I'm not going to give it away just yet. Charlie, since this is your first time on the show, I'm going to let you go twice. So pick a movie to get rid of, and then we'll go from there.
Casino Royale.
Thank you.
All right. Why?
Because I have heard that is the least cool James Bond movie.
You from a fucking idiot. Whoever told you that was dumb. Casino Royale might be the best James Bond movie.
You love James Bond movies.
Well, like not even just my opinion. Like just from a general standpoint, Casino Royale is one of the best received James Bond movies of all time.
Well,
so whoever you were talking to is a hater.
I just eliminated it. So
that's fine. That's not the movie I was thinking.
Okay.
Plus, it's not a casino movie. It's a spy movie.
Well, I mean,
Casino Royale.
Does he bang in a casino or something?
They call it the Pelican Brief, but where's the Pelican?
Where are the briefs?
Next time we'll eliminate Pelican movies just for you, Connor.
Last Pelican movie standing. All right.
There's 2.
All right. Producer Alex, it's your turn. Let's eliminate a movie. No.
Oh, there you go.
No.
You went there.
Boom,
Wow.
the ghost hand destroys Ocean's 11.
Son of a bitch. Fuck.
Well, which one did you not want eliminated?
Was it? Yeah.
Which one?
Which one was it?
Well, was it
All right.
Casino or?
All right, Lexi, it's your turn. It's your turn, Lexi.
Geez, I really don't care for casino movies. I'm gonna go with Casino. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's
No.
No, because it's the second movie with casino in it.
Yeah,
And it may or may not have anything to do with a casino.
I don't.
I'm so upset because all 3 of these. This is the worst. This is the worst Last Blank Standing ever.
I care about none of these. I'm so sorry.
I want to get rid of 21, but Vegas Vacation's I gotta get rid of Vegas Vacation. It's terrible.
Thank you. Yeah,
Don't you
dislike that
dare
movie
thank
a
me.
lot.
You had every opportunity to get rid of it, but you got rid of Casino Royale. I don't need this. We're not a team.
Daniel Craig, James Bond has brown eyes.
You're
Just kidding. Jesus Christ, I'm not the internet.
Vegas
okay?
Vacation, very bad. The weakest of the vacation movies. It's terrible. All right, Charlie, it's your turn. Get rid of the last one.
Choose wisely.
What is the best casino movie not named Ocean's 11?
What the hell is Rounders about?
Are you eliminating Rounders? Does that mean 21 is the best casino movie?
Wait, is 21 the one where they count the cards or the one where they do
it's the card
magic?
counting
It's where they
one.
turn 21 and then they go drink at a casino.
Yeah. But
sweet.
they have adult supervision the entire time.
Yeah.
They don't need adult supervision.
I
They're
like-
21.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's the name of the movie.
I'm gonna get rid of. Well, 21's based
Get
on the
rid of
true
Rounders,
story.
'cause there's
I'm
no-
gonna get rid of Rounders.
Yeah, there's no way any of us saw Rounders.
Yeah.
That was the best
We should
film
at
of all
least
time.
make it a movie we saw.
To be fair, I only saw one movie of these.
I saw half of one of these.
Vegas Vacation. That's because it ran on Comedy Central a whole bunch.
I'm so upset at you.
What?
Casino movies suck.
All right, so 21 is the best casino movie
Of all
ever.
time.
It's been declared.
That's for you, 21.
That's on the history books.
Go us. Lexi, what casino movie were you emotionally invested in winning?
I was really hoping Vegas Vacation would win because I like the way the poster looks.
You like the lower half of a man.
Yeah, I like the Vacation franchise. I really don't care.
Charlie,
have-
what about you?
this
Which
is
one
a-
were you looking forward to?
Yeah, you know what? I really wanted Casino Royale to pull through. And really come out on top here, but I guess it just wasn't so.
Yeah, I know. If only some douchebag
Yeah.
had said Vegas Vacation first.
Oh boy.
You fucking jerk. Producer Alex, which one were you looking forward to winning?
Casino Royale?
All right, all right.
At least we agree.
So you should have had him pick first.
No, it's not how the game works. And Charlie still would have eliminated Casino Royale first.
Eventually.
I don't know.
eventually.
Who knows if I didn't go first?
Obviously,
We'll
I
never know.
wanted Ocean's 11 to win, but that didn't happen. And then I thought, well, Casino, because it's really good, but that didn't happen. So that Jim Sturgis movie, based on that real story that didn't star as many white people,
Yeah.
that apparently is the best casino movie. So that's great.
I call
All
him Jimmy
time.
Sturge.
Good job,
We're
guys.
We
friends.
did it.
Cool.
Good game.
I'm glad
I'm
we
so
solved
happy
it.
for all of us. We did this.
Yay.
We all made this happen. All right, guys, that was Screen Source for fuck. How does he do this one? For reviews, trailers, and whatever. Make sure you tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. That's where we are. We have Screen Source Junior, where we react to a lot of trailers. This one was especially racy. We said some things we didn't mean. Some things were just sputtered in pure horror, and it's probably the best Screen Source Junior we've ever done.
Oh, yay.
It's good. It's quality
It was
content.
not an unmitigated disaster. It was pre-planned and hilarious, and everyone enjoyed it. Let's get that outro going. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Screen Source on Color Circuit on YouTube. We got a lot of different shows going on, especially on YouTube. We have this new show, I think that's wrapping up pretty soon, but it'll probably be an annual thing. Creep Circuit, where they talk about creepy, spooky things in the spirit of Halloween with Janae, Phil, and Michelle. I think they're releasing a new episode on Friday, right? And on Monday, it's the best wrestling podcast on Color Circuit because it's the only wrestling podcast on Color Circuit. With me, myself, and my co-host Connor Griffiths, we talk about everything that's going on in the world of professional wrestling, and it's a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in every Monday at 7 p.m. live, where you can join in and hang out and chat with us. It's a good time. We also have a sister channel, twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live, where we perform a lot of different shows. Ludum Tempest on Friday. It's a board game show. Improv Donut, Improv Bagel, the Improv Comedy Show every Wednesday. Make sure you check all that stuff out. We also have a new show on Sunday. Charlie!
It's called Party Circuit.
We're going to work on that intro, buddy.
Did I get that right?
Yes,
Is that
it's called
the right
Party
name?
Circuit. Myself and
thank
my
God.
co-host Charlie over here. We play a lot of different a lot of video games with guests. Lexi, you were there. You had a decent time. We didn't make you say that.
Good. It was great. We partied.
We did. We had a great time. Make sure you check that out every Sunday at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on the Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. And we also have a Patreon, which has a myriad, I used myriad this time, of reward tiers for your financial compensation. You kick in a buck, you're going to get a reward for it. So make sure you check that out. Thank you very much. Anybody else got anything to plug?
If you want to learn music, go to musiconthewestside.com and schedule your private lessons. You can learn piano or guitar, how to sing. I believe we have some cellos. Ukulele.
Cello.
I teach ukulele there. Yeah, check them out. They're in Rio Rancho.
Lex, you got anything you want to plug?
Stay in school.
All right. Good job, guys. Fuck it, guys. Our required viewing for next week. Anchorman 2.
The Legend of Ron
Anchorman.
Burgundy.
The better Anchorman. We're all gonna watch it. We're all gonna have a good time. We're all gonna laugh a lot. I don't know if you guys will be there. I'll talk to Dylan about it. Let's see if I fucked this show up too bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
Don't
Every
see you
week I
next
wonder
week,
if I'm
we'll
going to be
know.
invited back to Screen Source, and I usually am.
Oh, hey.
Check us out, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Connor.
I'm Charlie.
I'm still Lexi.
You guys have a good night.
I am open.
I'm never going to be welcome back.
Son of a bitch, dude. Prodigy got the... Oh, motherfucker.
Was it really that bad?